What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the show. You're now tuned in to the Relationship Theater. I'm your host, Cornell Dane, and I'm telling you, these relationship streets, these relationship trends, man, there's a lot going on stage. And so I wanted to touch base with you all and get into it a little bit. As you've seen, the thumbnail is kind of discussing something. I'm hinting at something, and we're going to go into that in this video. Um, for some reason, I mean, the song comes to mind, the Drake and Yebba song that everybody loves. Just show my love for you. Can I show my love for you? Doesn't it feel like that? I mean, my God, there's very little love being shown these days, isn't it? Um, there's very little love, very little honor, respect in many ways. But we're finding out that this is just a retaliation. And so let's discuss this structural integrity idea and how Club Shay Shay has become the rest haven, oddly enough, a shelter for a safe place, a place of security, as Katt Williams once said, for people to come on and air their grievances. And so the reason for the House of Cards and the reason for the idea of pairing the House of Cards, Club Shay Shay, and structural integrity together is because it's kind of a play on words. What they're saying is that the house that has been built within this entertainment industry, it does lack integrity. It lacks structural integrity, but it lacks integrity as well because it lacks integrity. And so it's a very odd thing to see, right? Because a house, what is a house? A house, if you think about it, it's a bunch of right angles, corners, doors, and windows, and things of that nature, but it's also a container. And this container is a lot larger than the actual square footage, right? When you think about it, think about what a house houses, what it carries, what it holds. It holds memories, it holds dreams. And in the case of Katt Williams and Monique or the entertainment industry as a whole, it seems that there are a lot of nightmares. There's less dreaming and more nightmares going on in this house. And, before people walk through the door, before they enter this space, they're they're believing or they're wanting it to be um, something great. And then when they get in there and they mingle and they're given a room, they're assigned a room, they find out that the ceilings are a lot lower than they should be, or there is a violation. Maybe the plumbing is not working, a code violation, or the plumbing's not working very well, or there's no hot water, or the people occupying the master bedroom. These are the people that have all of the amenities. But guess what? They're also people who aren't paying as much rent. It's kind of like we're all occupying the same space, we're all paying the same rent, but somehow this person is enjoying this house a lot more than I am. That's kind of what we're hearing here, right? And the reason why I think this is pertinent to relationships, we're seeing it play out right now. This could happen in a romantic relationship. It can happen in a familial relationship. We often talk about things like that. It's not just romantic relationships. It's all relationships. It can happen at your job. But what we're seeing play out right before our very eyes is the fact that the house is poorly built and it was never built for all of us to occupy the space within the house. So there have to be some changes made. There have to be some changes made. If you look at some of the other videos that I have available on my page, you'll see that all of this is talking about or speaking about the house. it's speaking about the space that we all occupy. When I talked about mathematics and I talked about it, someone criticized me for saying that it was mathematics was like a philosophy, but I didn't mean it, and I said that in the video. I didn't mean it quite the way that people typically think about mathematics. It's about relationships within space, and these people are arguing that the house is poorly designed from a feng shui standpoint. Um, but it's also the people inside the house are also poorly designed. I tell my children, we study all different types of things, right? And so I told my children the other day that a house is very similar to a head. Okay, it's very similar to a head, and I know I'm getting cerebral, I'm getting a little mystical here, but bear with me. Walk with me on this. A house is very similar to a head, in the sense that it is a container. And if you think about it, no house is the same. They may look the same, but the people occupying the house are never the same. I don't care if they're all, I don't care if it's a Muslim neighborhood, a Christian neighborhood, a black neighborhood. No house is ever the same. Some houses have libraries, some houses don't. Some houses have two parents, some houses don't. Some houses have dogs, some houses have no pets, some houses have parrots. No house is the same, even though it may look the same from the outside. And so I was telling my children that, you know, the door is symbolic of a mouth. The windows are symbolic of eyes. And the things that leave the house, the people, when they leave the house, when people encounter them, engage them in the street or at the school or at the courthouse, they're engaging the thought patterns of the house. And so the people that occupy the house are representative of what goes on in the house and what the house feels is its purpose and its reason for being. And you often see that when people leave the house, um, especially children at school, right? And they say certain things, people begin to worry about what's going on in the house. And that's what's happening here, to be honest. Um, People are concerned. I've even heard people that say that the conversations that are being had on Club Shay Shay should be had in house. They should be kept in house. I disagree with that. I'm of the mind that what is actually occurring right now is with Katt Williams and Monique and others airing their grievances. Um, I think that this is an act of trying to repair things, right? This is people trying to say, look, we got to fix this place. This place is not good for everybody. Um, and I think in so doing, perhaps we get to a place where in this house, there's more success and there's more unity. There's more family. This is indicative of within the house, nobody sits down to eat dinner. It's indicative of arguments between mom and dad, brother and sister, along with, like I said, the structural integrity. But there's a structural integrity of the house and there's a structural integrity of the home. And so what we're witnessing are a little bit of both. And many of you will catch that those two things aren't necessarily the same. You can have a great house, a brand new house, and then have the structural integrity of the home be poor. But in this case, it really feels like what they're saying is that the structural integrity, when you have gatekeepers, right, and you have gatekeepers and you have people who are ruining other people's careers and holding others back, the structural integrity of the home and the house are both off. And so a new home has to be built. Uh, we have to reconcile and make adjustments for all that is happening, all that is going on. And listen, I'm I'm gonna make a few more videos about this. Maybe not tonight, but I'm going to discuss this more because I think if if we look at it from the standpoint or the metaphor, like if we look at it metaphorically, everything that I've been talking about in the other videos will line up perfectly with what is happening out in public, right? Um, a rest haven for truth sayers. Some people might say a rest haven for hoes, but from that movie. But anyway, let me know your thoughts. Please comment below. Thank you so much for your time and attention, and I'll see you guys in the very next one. Peace.